Achtung, Achtung. Here's Alex Ryan. You're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com.
Incher, do you have a question from the message board?
Well, actually, I had a question on my own. Do you think that Konnan is just kind of jealous of you? Is the reason he did this, or do you know what this all stems from?
Yeah, I mean, he's an egomaniac, and he is jealous not just with me, anybody too. He has no control over him, and he can just is jealous, and he's gonna make his life miserable. So that's why, like Hijo de Santo has the same problem with him, because when he was in AAA as a booker back in the day, he was bashing, he was talking shit with Antonio Peña about Hijo de Santo, but Hijo de Santo left AAA, and that's the same reason that he's doing that to me, because he don't want any competition, or he want to have control of everything.
Now, if you don't work for AAA, is there another promotion in Mexico that you would work for, or would you go back to the United States?
Right now I'm gonna work. Actually, I'm everybody, all the boys, I'm gonna work in a big project here in Mexico. I'm gonna run a big show in Mexico, so this is gonna help me also to let everybody, all the boys, American workers, to wanna come in Mexico and wanna be part of this big show. Can send me can contact me on MySpace, or I'm gonna give you my email, so everybody can contact me, because I'm gonna need a lot of names and a lot of guys to run this show, because I want to make a big comeback. Right. And at the same time, I'm working with this Perros del Mar. They're gonna be working in a TV deal. So, I have all the, I also, either promoters who want to use me in the United States, they can contact me through MySpace or my mail. My mail is the juice, DE, juice, number 2, at gmail.com.
All right, I'll put that right up on the website.
Cool. The juice number 2 at gmail.com. So I want to be working more often overseas. I think in June I'm going to be doing something in Europe, and at the same time, like I said, I want to be. I was working on my school too. I was going to be working on my school in Mexico, but after this situation, I got to stop for a little bit to take care of this situation. But I'm going to be working in this big show, so you will see more about it too.
You had the nose surgery last week. How did that go?
It went well. I just got to do it because I couldn't breathe. My nose was like really blocked, and at night, I was breathing through my throat. So at night I couldn't even sleep because I was coughing all night long because my throat was dry. So I was like, after a couple of days, I saw Liz and I talked to my parents. I think I gotta do the surgery. I don't want to do it, but I have to. And it was really painful. Last week it was really painful. I couldn't sleep for the first 3-4 days. It was so painful, and the doctor told me today really make a reconstruction on my nose. I will put picture of my X-rays on MySpace too very soon, so people can see how fucked up was my nose.
Yeah. Now, did you ever have any problems with Jack Evans before, or was it just this was like the first time?
No, never before. I've always been expressing myself about Jack. I think he's a very good high fly guy. He's it's awesome. And I respect that. I never got a trouble with him. First time I worked with him, it was great. It was in the TNA American X Cup, and it was good. I really enjoyed to work with him. But when he came to Mexico, his attitude was like a little bit changed, and I didn't know why. But now I know. Konnan was just talking shit about me and trashing me. And it's bad. After I left WCW, he was. He was just telling, he got connection with the Dave Meltzer, the Observe, and a lot of websites, you know. And he would always read it like, oh, Hubie got a bad attitude in Mexico, nobody likes him, and that's bullshit, you know. How come they just can't say that, you know? I mean, what I learned from Eddie and from a lot of people they show me is to help the young people, the young guys, you know. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I think I got a lot of respect for the rest, and only because Konnan say that, and Konnan say that to the website, and the website put that online, and now they don't even know me. They think that I'm like a dick, you know. I'm not saying, and I'm not telling you I'm an angel. I'm just a human being with a lot of you know, mistakes and a lot of gifts, you know, like anybody, you know. But you know, but what this guy has been trying to trash me all the time, and you know, I was like, people is like, oh, why you don't say nothing? I'm like, you know, everything is gonna come around. Everything is gonna come around. Every time I listen to, he was trashing me on internet. Well, finally, I'm talking, you know, and you know, in NWE and in Spain, I was cool with everybody, all the boys there. I have a great relationship with the company. I became the cruiserweight champion in the company, and that was last year. You know, I was really happy. Konnan wasn't there, you know, and actually Rikishi told me, hey, you know, I've been hearing a lot of bad things about you, but you've been acting like a real professional. I'm really proud of you, and I want to work more with you. Oh, like, you know, thank you, you know, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
with Ring of Honor having TV, would you ever think about working for them?
I would like to, you know. I really would like to. It's a very competitive company. It's kind of like a Japanese-American company.
Yeah.
And I love that style, you know. I would like to work with them. I think they contact me through a friend, Ruben, the guys, you know, a friend of mine in San Diego. They contact me through him. They want me to do some shows around this WrestleMania time. But I couldn't do it because my working visa, it wasn't ready. But I'm gonna have my working visa soon, so that's why I'm using you guys, you know, to let people book. Yeah. Anybody want to book me, you know, I'll be happy to work for them.
Ooh. Well, I know you got a plane to catch here in a couple minutes, so we'll get to one caller here quick. Who is this?
Sure.
This is Bryant, and I was just wondering, this is my question for Juvie. You got any remembrance or thoughts on the Australian incident back in WCW in 2000?
Okay, can you guys repeat me the question because it sounds like breaking down, but you guys listen to, right?
Yeah, he wanted to know if you could talk about the incident that you had in Australia for WCW.
Okay, well, I have an incident. You know, it was bad. I've been taking the consequences. But one of the things that you guys didn't know is the Konnan, and I'm not telling you this by still bashing him, but you know, Konnan, I didn't know whether I was smoking like weed. I knew I was smoking weed, but I didn't know that inside the weed it was like LCD. And Konnan knew it, you know, and he didn't stop me. You know, he's like, hey, bro, here's, you know, and you know, it was my mistake because I should have known better, you know, but that's in the past. And this is the present, you know, and I'm working my ass off to be the best guy ever, to be the best, you know.
Oh, definitely. Well, we really appreciate coming on tonight, and I hope you all the best in the future.
Mm-hmm. Definitely big Juice so fans here.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you know, I still, you know, I'm healthy. Thanks God, you know, and I don't want to offend anybody to listen to this interview. I don't want to, you know, I just want to say the truth, you know, and unfortunately this happened to me, and, you know, hopefully, you know, AAA realize what he's doing, supporting this guy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, in wrestling you have to trust everybody with your body, and if people are out to hurt you, that's, you know, against everything wrestling stands for.
Exactly, you know, so you know, you guys will hear a lot of, you know, you guys know I'm working on some music, so I will put that music on my face soon, and, you know, I'm still juicy, you know, I'm still working, so thank you guys, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
man.
God bless you all. Thank you.
You too, man.